The federal government has over 2 million employees across the world, and they're hiring by the thousands. But there's some jobs, they're not in demand. It doesn't matter your skill set, they don't want to hire for those type of jobs. So what do you do if you're put into that position? You have to pivot. The first job is a civil rights analyst. This job is in the 0160 job series. There's only one job opening in the entire government for this job. So what do? Well, everything in the 0100 series is social work. But the key word I want to focus on is analyst, because you have experience where you analyze something and that can make you competitive for another job. Let's look at the exact transferable experience. This job requires you to know how to conduct legal research and drafting briefings and conducting presentations. The job focuses on civil rights, but if you look at it, you can fit into other job series. The first one that comes to mind is 0900, because that one involves legal. If you want to be a paralegal, a legal assistant, you can take some of the experience that you gained in this job and you can leverage it for that job. Or 0343, that's a program analyst. The main takeaway here is if you've done those verbs in this context, you can go to another context, another job, and use those same verbs because you've done the action. Now, if you're looking for federal government jobs, I encourage you to go ahead and sign up to the free newsletter, link down below, where you can get virtual federal hiring events emailed to you on a weekly basis. You will get updated federal government job news and strategies on how you can get your government job quicker. So sign up to the free newsletter. The next job is for an employee benefits law specialist. This job is in the 0958 job series. Same thing with this job. There's only one opening, so there's no demand. What can you do with this experience? Well, there's two things. You can look at the 0200 series, that's HR, human resources. There are jobs in the 0201 series that simply focus on benefits. You can find them, you can apply for them. Your experience would be relevant here. Or you can look at 0300. Once again, we can look at the 0343 because you've analyzed information. So those are the two paths you want to take if you're in this situation. Now, each one of these paths, they need a separate resume in order to be laser focused in on what that job series requires. Here's what the specialized experience says. It has words such as analysis, development, legal work, and auditing. These are the verbs that need to be in your resume if you're trying to compete for a job like this. Except in this situation, you want to make the pivot to the 0200, 0300. The next job is for a printing service specialist. This job is in the 1654 job series. The 1600 job series is mainly focused towards equipment or facility services. Not too many people are focused in this area unless you're looking at either the equipment aspect of it or there's also the food. There's like a cooking aspect that goes into this job series. If you are a printing specialist, you need to make the change to 0301 or 0303. Use your past admin experience and try to get a better job at another agency because you would have the right experience to be competitive. Here's what the specialized experience says. Perform administrative work, develops printing, maintains public databases. So moving forward, if you were in this job, take your admin experience, take the database creation, and go ahead and start targeting the 0301, 0303. The next job is an education research analyst. This job is in the 1730 job series. Okay, so with this job series, really you can pull any one of the three words. You can pull out education and focus on 1701, 1702. You can pull out research. Look at the 1515 job series. That's operational research. And then analyst, once again, 0343. So instead of throwing your hands up saying, the government doesn't hire 1730s anymore, what am I going to do? Look at those three other job series. There's always another route, another path. The specialized experience for this job includes training, analysis, research, identify operational gaps, and collaboration. Each one of these jobs that we just went over, they're on usajobs.gov, and there's only one opening. So eventually what the government's going to have to do, they need to consolidate some of those job series. Like look at 0301 and 303. You can make a case that you can just blend those two together. So until they do that, you need to be familiar with what job series are you eligible for because there's over 300 of them. You need to get on Google, type in OPM Job Series Handbook 2018. That's the one you want, not the new one. The new one is so vague and so convoluted, you do not want to mess with the new one. The 2018 edition, get on there and then go ahead and hit Ctrl F. Search that document. Type in the keywords that you have experience with. You have experience with databases? Type in databases. If you have experience with programming language, type that in. That's how you're going to start to conduct your search to find out what you're actually eligible and qualified to do for the federal government. Once you have that, you take those job series, you put them in your filters, and then you can start doing your daily search, and you're going to apply in volume, because volume negates luck. It doesn't matter if you're lucky today, tomorrow, or next week, because you're applying every single day, and eventually you will get your interviews and you will get your multiple job offers. Keep in mind that on usajobs.gov, you can upload 5 resumes. Each one of those 5 resumes could be a different job series, and you could be having multiple saved job searches as you're applying for these type of jobs. Now, identifying your job series, that's actually the first step to getting a federal government job. That's step number 1. After that, you have to focus on your resume. The resume is going to be crucial. That's what's going to be the determining factor whether or not you get interviewed at all, whether or not you're going to have an opportunity at that job. So look at your resume, especially that first page. The first half of that page is critical. Put achievements in there, success stories related to the job announcement or related to the job series. That's what you have to do, because the majority of people, they're not doing that. They're just submitting any old resume, and they're carelessly just applying on a whim. It's not strategic, it's not deliberate. And by taking a more deliberate approach, you will get better results. If you are interested in getting a federal government job, but you're more interested in the telework aspect of it, you like the idea of working from home some of the time. You don't mind going to the office, but you don't want to go every day. If you want to understand telework government jobs a little bit more, if that interests you, I want you to watch this video next. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please click like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.